I looked the other day and there was a police officer, 350 pounds. And I thought, if I'm a crook, I'm getting away from him. Right?
Yeah.
Or he's going to shoot somebody. If somebody attacks him, you think he's going to fight him? You think he's going to be able to wrestle him down?
Yeah,
He's going to shoot that guy. So it's just that we fail to when we fail to put the right people in the right jobs.
Yeah.
There's a tool for every job. You don't try to, hit a screw in with the hammer, right? And you don't screw a nail.
Yeah.
So
I wonder how the test to get into like the police, school or whatever.
I don't
like
know.
how they test them. Like if they do like a psychological test too.
Yeah, they should do some. I mean? They should do.
Because when we went to the military school, we went through a psychological test. To test like if you're not crazy in your head.
I'm sure they do
and all that stuff. So
I'm sure they do. It's just
I mean, there's always somebody who like kind of slips in.
That job, that's a tough job, and it just changes a lot of people. It might, and I think a lot of times it changes people for the worse. But it's a tough. I couldn't do it. I fuck around, shoot somebody's ass, motherfucker! Pow! Get your ass in the car.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to do it now.
It's a tough job. They're underpaid, not respected, and then you could be a good police officer, and you have a piece of shit. You got 5 good police officers, and you got 1 dickhead police officer who ruins the reputation for all freaking 5 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, you got one guy who comes in, pull over, get out the car, get you, just freaking total jerk, and then you next time you see a police officer, you're like, these guys are freaking jerks.
Yeah.
So he just ruined the reputation for everybody.
I mean, now I like seeing the videos on Instagram where, there are some good videos with the cops, where he's cool and all.
Yeah. I like seeing the ones where they get checked really hard.
Oh yeah, those two. Yeah, that's funny though.
I'm like, oh shit, I didn't know you could do that. Like, let me tell you stuff they used to do. Like when I was a kid, there was a time where I was in school and we went behind the school and we smoked a joint, right? And then I went into my class. Well, a couple of the kids that I got with, now I was just with them. It wasn't my weed. I didn't have no weed on me. I hit the joint. I did hit the joint, right? So a couple of the kids that I was with got caught high or whatever, right? So they told, who was with you. So they bring me in there. Wow. And I sat down and the police officer asked me, where's the weed? And I went, what weed? And I wasn't being a smart ass. I didn't have no fucking weed. I didn't, I didn't even know what they were doing. You know what I mean? I was just like, hey guys, I hit the joint and I left. And the guy said, okay, handcuffed me, charged me for possession of marijuana. I got a possession of marijuana charge. So this stuff when it happened nowadays, like there's too many. There would have been cams. There's too many.
To kind of make you.
It's harder for them to do. It's harder for them
to protect the. Yeah.
So then I go to court, right? So then I get locked up. I go to juvenile hall. I'm in juvenile hall for
How old are you?
At this time, I was like 12, right? So I go to juvenile hall. I'm in juvenile hall for like 14 days before they go to court. So they sit you down in court, and when they bring you to court, they stick you in a jury box. At the jury box. So they line you up and they sit you in this jury box, and you're all chained together, and they sit down a paper. And now that I'm older, and I went through the system a little bit later on, I know what they were doing now, but then I didn't know what was going on. But they put a clipboard on a piece of paper and has all these, like a big copy. It's the same paper, but it's a bunch of copy. And they start handing it down with the pen, and they say, everybody sign this paper. And what it is a waiver. You waive all your rights. No one tells you. No one told me what the paper said. No one told me. I was told that I could not sign the paper. Like you have to sign this paper. You didn't have a choice of not to sign the paper. No, you weren't allowed to ask what you were signing. No questions. And it was waivers. You're waiving all your rights. So that's how they did stuff back. It was a clipboard, paper that thick, pen, police officers surround you. They say sign the papers. You waive away all your rights. That arrest threw me in the system for the next 10 plus years of my life, because I got probation, start violating probation, but because of that arrest, I got arrested. I didn't have no weed on me. I didn't have no drugs on me, and I was forced to sign away my rights. And when they did that to me, there was a group of 25 of us in that room. So everybody signed it. Yeah, everybody signed it. You know, so think about it. That's when I was growing up. You know, I'm 42 years old, and so I'm pretty old. And so that was when I was like 12 years old. You know, maybe 11 or 12 years old. But think about how many people they did for all those years before they started having these cell phones and, you know, all the stuff that was going on. You know. Think about how many hundreds and hundreds of minority men that they locked up like that. Not to get ADD, but
a lot.
That's a good story, though, right?
Yeah, that's crazy, though.